Hello, I'm Ellen Horan, President and CEO of the Greater Reading Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and I'm here for this week's Member Spotlight with Tracy Hoffman, who is founder and president of Hoffman Publishing Group. That was almost difficult for me to get out, sorry.
We tried to make it easier.
Welcome.
Thanks.
You know, I love the stories from our members that started a business when they were reinventing themselves. And it seems like you've had the opportunity to do that a couple times, but why don't you tell us about this most recent time?
Well, I have. I had been in the advertising business for 23 years, had a partner, and back in 2012 decided that it just wasn't working, so we agreed to go our separate ways. I purchased the company and he left, and had been venturing into publishing. We had done a number of publishing projects over the years, and some of our clients had been, doing some publications, and I saw an opportunity in the publishing business, that small market niche specialty publishing, and started to pursue that. And at some point through 2012, it made sense to migrate entirely away from the advertising business.
Really?
And just that's the fate today, and today we're just publishing.
Well, you definitely have quite the niche, because you are up to how many magazines?
18 different titles. 18
different magazines. Now, 2 you do for the Chamber.
Correct.
Our Women to Women magazine and our Commerce Quarterly,
Yep.
which we're very, very happy with. Is the niche seems to be within trade associations or organizations that have magazines?
Primarily trade associations. Probably 2 of our associations had magazines before we started in earnest. We started out with, one of our clients was the Pennsylvania Motor Truck Association. They had been doing a magazine, and we reached out to them, and they were doing 6 a year, and we said, we'd like to do this, and the premise is this is the way we do it. And they said, would you be interested in doing 12? So we took a big gulp and we said, okay. And after that came the Bar Association, the Berks County Bar Association with the barrister, and then the Berks County Medical Society. And lo and behold, shortly thereafter, we had invitations to bar associations and medical societies throughout South Central Pennsylvania. And of course, then the Chamber and the opportunity here.
And home builders.
And home builders. We publish for two different home builder associations. It had been 3. And just continue to publish. And then we added a few specialty destination type magazines. We do West Reading Avenues magazine, and our newest is Downtown York, promoting the Downtown York, which is much like West Reading's destination for eating and drinking and entertainment.
Now, you've had some pretty fast growth over the past couple of years with these magazines being added on. How have you kept up with that growth? Have you been able to build capacity?
We have. Part of our success has been at being able to find good people, and we realized early on that we needed to be able to move at light speed as these magazine opportunities came up. As you can imagine, lots of opportunities. We're very cautious with regard to starting new publications, only because manpower is always an issue. Today we have 7 different salespeople who work for us and 5 different graphic designers. So our team today is 14 people, and new opportunities. The Philadelphia Medical Society is our newest venture, and that will be publishing for them later this year, and then a few others that are in the can for 2016.
That's great. Though, it almost doesn't surprise me, because you are such a wonderful relationship builder. Do you think that's been part of your ability to make these different connections and get more people on board?
I think so. I think part of it is the relationship. Part of it is delivery. People know that when we say we'll deliver, we deliver. And really, I think the biggest part is showing up to work every day. Being ready to go and delivering everything that you have.
Now, what have been some of your bigger challenges in this venture?
Well, probably the biggest challenge, initially as we were making the transition, was cash flow. I mean, as you can imagine, we are publishing magazines and paying for publishing those magazines and paying salaries and commissions, and so for us it was a gain of the more magazines that we had, the more cash flow we could pull in, which has helped. But the second biggest issue truly is finding sales talent. Finding people who have the capacity to be able to go out and make sense of the media that we produce.
Now, do you have them cross-sell your products, or are they kind of dedicated to certain products?
Well, we currently have it set up in sort of a geographic
Okay.
zone at this point in time. I have 3 sales representatives who are in Chester, Montgomery, Delaware, Bucks, and Philadelphia County. 2 that pretty much cover Berks County. We have 6 publications in Berks, and 2 that cover the York, Harrisburg, Dauphin, and Lancaster market. So primarily tasked with 2 or 3 magazines within a geographic territory, but they're encouraged to sell across all. So we might have somebody that wants to reach doctors in 3 or 4 counties, and so we'll sell advertising. Each rep has the ability to sell into any of our magazines.
Right. So how many employees do you have working for you now?
Well, technically we have 6 employees, and we
Okay.
have another 8 people who work for us. Our designers, you know, we tried initially having full-time designers, and just the schedule with publishing is really hectic.
Yeah.
You know, material flows at uneven hours of the day, or you know, bottled together, and so it just worked out better that we could choose stronger designers, so we have better products, and there's a plethora of great designers out in the market.
A lot of those people want to work freelance.
And they love it because, you know, all are assigned 3, 4, or 5 different titles. So they know their magazines, and they become signature magazines based on designers' design or input.
That was one of the trends we were encouraged to be thinking about as we were at our chamber conference coming up, that the millennial age, there's a lot more that are interested in what they're calling the gig economy. Freelancers, you know, that want to work gig to gig because they want the independence, they want the creativity flow. So it sounds like you're able to tap into that.
Very much. You know, again, probably 3 or 4 of my staff members are millennials, or my team, if you will. So it's not, you know, misconception that staff and freelance. But yeah, and they enjoy, you know, they'll work at any given hour, night or day. So you know, for them, it's if it's 2 in the morning and they're doing their work, more power to them. I know I'm getting quality product and it's being done. And you know, 8 in the morning, I have something in my inbox that you know, is ready to go.
Yeah. As someone that has started a couple of businesses over your career, Tracy, do you have some advice for aspiring entrepreneurs?
Yeah, I would say that, you know, it's probably very important that they commit to what they're doing, that they plan well, that they think about contingencies, and that they network. You know, at the end of the day, I think, you know, probably the largest contribution to any successes we've had has been the ability to get out and meet people, produce and deliver, and you know, be good to our word. So meeting people is key, and that's why I think the Chamber's always been an asset for us. I mean, we've been a member of the Chamber, you know, ever since we were in business, and before I was in my own business. I had always been, you know, from probably the very early '80s, members of the Berks County Chamber, and now the Greater Reading Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
Okay. Well, very good. And another tip for our members is as they're looking for marketing and advertising opportunities, you're covering a bigger geographic area these days and hitting more audience with the numbers of publications. So perhaps they want to take a fresh look at Hoffman Publishing.
Yeah, it's you know, our methods are similar to other publications. Every publication has its unique niche. Every you know, whether it's a broadcast or narrow market, our magazines are delivered much to the same audience day in and day out. We're quarterly publications for the most part. We have one bi-monthly, but we deliver to doctors. And so if you want to reach every doctor in Berks, Bucks, Chester, Montgomery, Lancaster, we deliver. And it's a magazine, it's the membership magazine for the society. Same with the attorneys for the Bar Association. So you know you have a repeat reader who's welcoming that document into their home every quarter, and they look forward to reading it. And then we also place it out into waiting rooms through doctor and dentist offices and beauty salons, because we know it's part of engaging the public, and that's the one thing. We're building brand for medical societies, for the chambers, for the builders, you know, so that these folks are trying to be more transparent in their dealings, and it's helping to engage the community, much like the chamber pubs. Not just reaching chamber members, we're reaching people beyond the chamber, because we all have a stake in the community.
Right.
And that's, I think that's the best thing about it. Engaging content, informative, educational, and you know, that, I mean, that's, at the end of the day, I really get inspired about that.
Good. Well, it sounds like you truly have found a good niche. So congratulations on your success, going from starting just a couple years ago with just a couple magazines to now 17. So congratulations, and thank you very much for being a member of the Chamber.
Well, thank you for having me.